everybody, and welcome to Alicia Dianne Arts. I'm Alicia Dianne, and this is Biz Dev Portfolio. So come on, and we're going to get started with an awesome new session right now. Okay, so let's go back into our Photoshop window, and I am going to open up the piece that we've been working on for the last few weeks. So here we are. And let me see, I'm gonna keep this. It's my little color sheet that I have in the back. I'll keep that going, and let's see if I can make this maybe a little bit bigger and have it fit our screen. Alright, so what I want to do is just go over and look through and see if there's anything that I've already made that I want to change. I know right off the bat that I need to fix this little guy because he feels like a little bit uneven. So I'm going to fix some of the color for this. Let's see. I have a couple of layers for different furniture. It's going to be on this one here. So let's just go ahead and clean this up a bit. I hope that you guys are having a nice week so far. It is Friday the 13th though. Spooky. Very, very spooky. Especially since it's not officially fall, but it's basically fall. We all know that it's kind of fall right now. So I don't know. Fall is not really my favorite season. It's just not. Some people love like spooky season. They love like all the weird stuff, but it's just not really my thing. But you know, whatever. It is what it is. I prefer springtime. Things are coming to life. All the animals are coming out of their hibernation. All the flowers are blooming. In fall, it feels like everything is kind of dying. So, I don't know. Fall is a strange season, but some people love it, so more power to them. I'm trying to embrace all the seasons, though, because I think it's better to it's better than, you know, not liking not liking a bunch of seasons that you can't do anything about anyway. So I'm gonna try my best to embrace Halloween season this year and see if I'm successful or not. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so remember I was saying that this is like a trash bin, and I feel like my character got it from Temu. I don't know why, I just feel like she did. Maybe she just saw like all the little advertisements and this thing was like $1.99. So she decided to get it. Alright. It'd be funny too if the little genie was from Temu, but no, I'm making the genie from Amazon. You know what? This is reminding me too of like some of the things that I covered when I was going to grad school and taking like painting classes, and they were talking about to notice the themes that come up for you when you're drawing, when you're painting, things that you see repeats of. So I kind of can't help but notice that I have two of these like big corporate giants, and I don't think I haven't necessarily. I don't know if I've never had anything really against like big corporations other than when they, you know, destroy secret lands and stuff like that. I'm more of a hippie in that sense. But I don't know, maybe there's something more that I'm feeling about it that I didn't really think about before. Like you can learn things about yourself when you pay attention to the things that you draw. So I just wanted to share that little thing, that little bit. And I think I want to make this, I don't know, I feel like I want to make it more pink. I feel like I might change the color of this. We'll see. Because I feel like she would buy. I'm trying to think in the mind of my character, and I just started going over my notes too about this writing class that I was in, well, that I'm in now, but it's on Domestica, and it's a writing class, and it talks about letting your writing say what it wants to say, and I think character building is in that same vein. Like, you want to let your characters be who you instinctively feel like they are. And I'm having just a certain type of inkling about this character, even though like I've never used her before. I want to actually give her a name too, because I haven't named her yet. And maybe I'll go through that, how I pick names. I usually go to like when I'm looking for character names, and obviously if you're doing character design for someone else, you're not going to have the privilege of naming the characters most likely. But when you're writing your own stories and you're designing your own characters, I think it is a fun step when you are ready to go ahead and start naming your characters. And for me, what I like to do is I just like to use baby name websites, and whatever the culture is where that person is from, I might like look up names from that culture. I might look up popular names from a particular region or country. So, and then you just kind of, feel out, well, I feel like this person's name would start with an A, for example, or an S. And you kind of use your instinct as well to help you name the character. Alright. So I think there is a lot of character design that is instinctual, that more than I think we necessarily talk about as artists, just like off the bat. We don't always talk about using our instinct, but so much of it, I think, so much of art making is instinct. Especially after you like learn all the rules and everything, so much of it is just like what feels right to you. That's how I interpret it for sure, because I know that I follow that a lot. And alright, so I think I used a texture brush, and I probably shouldn't have done that for flatting, because then it leaves like some edges that I don't necessarily want, because I'm picturing this object to be like hard plastic, not to be like something that's soft or fluffy or anything like that. Alright. Alright, so let's see. Okay. And I'm really trying to get this edge more straight, but I don't know if there's a way in Photoshop to really make a like a more perfect curve on an angle, because I know you can use the ellipse, but then it's not, yeah, I'm not sure if anyone knows how to do that in Photoshop. Please, you can let me know in the what do they call it, comments. I forget the most random of things. All right, almost done with this. All right. Oops. All right, so what is going to be our topic today? There's been a couple of things that have come up for me that I've just been thinking on. And I don't know that one feels more or less urgent or important to talk about than the other. Okay. All right. So let me think. Off the top of my head, what's been on my mind? Well, one of the things that's on my mind is the Comic-Con. It's my first Comic-Con, and I'm going to be on Artist Alley at LA Comic-Con this year, which is the weekend of October 4th. So that first weekend of October. And I feel good about it, but I just a lot of things I need to get ready and in place for it. That is not yet ready or in place. So I am a little bit feeling, a little nervous. And I'm supposed to be, I'm performing also the end of October, but we need to order our dresses. And for those of you who don't know, I do dancing. I do belly dance. It's my hobby, but I love it. I enjoy it a lot, but I'm not a super pro. But I've been doing it for how long? I've been doing belly dance, I think, for like 7 or 8 years. I used to do a lot of Caribbean dance when I was a kid and teen. Well, what's my point? I think my point is I got a couple of things I need to figure out, especially with money. Like, how much did it cost? It cost like $430, I think, for the booth. I think it's $460. So I think it was 2 payments of $240. And I'm trying to think, I've never made back the money I've invested for an art show. So if you're interested in art shows, just know that might be the case, at least in the beginning, is you probably won't make your money back right away. But I think the biggest investment it's like a market. It's kind of like doing a commercial for yourself as an artist, because you're introducing yourself to people who don't know you. You're growing your audience. So that is, I feel like, that's the whole reason to really invest and go. I mean, it would be great. And I hope that at some point, hopefully sooner than later, I can actually earn back at least the booth fee. I think that would make more sense, like business wise. But it hasn't been so straightforward as that for me. Now I'm going to try and change the color here. Let's say hue, saturation, And I think I want to make it more in that pinky realm. Is that the right color? I think something like this. Let's see, that's 77. Let's see if I make it more of that color. That's kind of cool. I think I like that better. Alright, so I'll leave it that color, but I have this one that's also pink. I don't know what layer that's on. So I might need to change the color of this one also. But I kind of didn't like him being pink anyway because it felt like a demon or something. And I didn't want it to feel like a demon. I just wanted it to feel like a little alien. So I'm going to change the color of this one as well. And make him more bluish, greenish. But I still want it to be in my color palette that I have over here. Doesn't need to be exact, but I want it to be in that color palette somewhere. Should I make it that? Just wondering. I don't know if I have too many. I don't want to have too many things that are like teal. Let's see. Maybe I don't really have green in my palette, so I don't think I want to make him like green. Maybe more in a bluish color. Could make him like that. Let's see, maybe I can make him darker or lighter. I think I wonder if it's more balanced before. I don't want her to have too many things that are pink. Let's see. I like it, yeah. I think I like it better like this. I still think I want to change the color of the little monster though. Not that I like that color better, but I think it balances the room better. And that's, for visual development, that's more important. I'm not doing actually like toy design where I would actually have to sell the actual thing, which I think in that case I would do it the pink color, but I think for the balance of the room's sake I will do it in that color. Let me see. Just wonder too if it looks too, maybe I can make it just a little bit more. Alright, so this is how it normally looked. Maybe just a little bit more purpley and less saturated. I think, oh, but I have the other bear and that one is purple. That's too much purple. Maybe I'll make the other bear a different color. I don't want to make it too complicated, but it is what it is. Let's see if I can. grab this. Because I just think it's too much of a coincidence that you have two plushes and they're both purple. I don't want to do that. Let's see if I can change this. Maybe I should just leave the little monster pink. That isn't bad to make it blue. Let's see. But then I wonder if it takes away from the Mickey ears. Yeah, it does. So you know what? I'm just gonna leave that as it is. Maybe I'll just change the tone. Maybe, let's see. It's so hard. It seems simple, but it's really complicated. I don't know what I want to do with this guy. I don't know, just looking at him like that, he looks like a little devil boy. And I don't like that. So I'm going to change his color regardless. Alright, adjustment. I'm just going to change his color. Even if it's not... Maybe I'll just make him like more of a green. Alright, I'm going to leave him green because I want to. Alright, let's see. Alright, maybe I can... Yeah, I just like it better because I don't like it red. Alright, so now I have my background colored in. I think I want to, for the sake of me feeling like it, I want to put the basic... I want to color the characters. I'm just so curious to see like how they'll come out. So I want to start with my characters and then afterward we'll add in more detailed stuff. So I'm still going to use my palette. Let's see if I can get the colors I want in my palette, hopefully. I might need to go a little bit outside of the palette to get the right skin tone I want for the girl. Let's try this. I think a little bit warmer. I'm gonna try leaving it there. I think that could be the right color I'm looking for. Somewhere in that area for sure. So I'll leave it there for now, and just if I want to change it later, then I will. I think it is okay to go a little bit outside of your color palette for the skin tone. You want to stay in the same like realm for everything, just to kind of keep everything cohesive, but I think it is okay to be a little bit flexible, especially for skin tone, if you want to get the skin tone right. And also remember that the lighting of the room is going to make a difference too, when you're thinking about stuff like that. Okay, and I think she's barefoot. She's in her room. I typically don't wear shoes in my room, and maybe her parents don't even like shoes in the house. A lot of parents don't. Okay. I think it's funny the things that as teenage girls you're like, I don't know, I think all teenage girls are a little bit witchy. Like she ordered a genie out of Amazon. I mean when I was a teenager we did all kind of weird stuff. I remember we did try a Ouija board. That was weird. I don't know if it worked. I mean the thing moved, but I don't know if it was because we were subconsciously moving it or what. I don't know. I feel like teenage girls are prone to doing weird stuff like that. I don't know why. It's just, we're just weird at that age. Because I think we're just so wanting to try, you know, new things. And so just, wanting to be grown up. And then you end up just trying weird stuff. I feel like she has like a 90s style. I'm picturing her with like a little sundress and tights. Well, 90s style has become like more in recently, hasn't it? From what I understand, anyway. Alright, so picturing her with like a sort of a color is it? Maybe let's see how that looks. I was wondering why I went so far outside her face here, but then I realized that's gonna be where her hair is, so it doesn't matter too much. Alright, so she has her dress here. Your tights can be like just gonna make them this sort of color for now, and if I want to change it later then I will. Okay. And let's see. Alright, so there's that. And her hair is going to be, I'm going to make it dark brown or really dark blue. Let's try with the blue tone. You can kind of, I don't know, you can experiment with hair. It doesn't always have to be, even in a fairly, you know, straightforward type of animation where things are the colors, things are like more representative of the actual things, you can still, I feel like, be playful sometimes with color. And experiment with that, especially in the design portion or in the design phase. I feel like there's room for that. Alright, we're getting somewhere. I don't know why this character reminds me of me as a teenager. I think all of our characters carry parts of us, even when they're super different than us. I feel like everything you create is gonna have part of you, and it's not a bad thing. I think that's just how it is. I think this is kind of a cool thing. Because it's in a way like you live through your characters, or your characters live through you. I don't know if that's overly dramatic or what's the right word. I want to make her part more in the middle because I know how Gen Z is with their middle part. Alright, let's see. Can hardly see. Oh, okay, let me fix some things now that we're here. And it's a good way too to just look at your color when you take the sketch off. When you take that sketch layer and you put it on, you take the little eyeball off. It's a good way to kind of have a look at your composition and see how things are working or not working. Let's save it. I like it so far. I do like it so far. Let's see. I might go on with another layer underneath and kind of help me fill in these areas that have gaps in them. Like her hair is going to float in a sort of a semicircle. So let me make sure that evens out. And there. Make sure that I'm not leaving gaps, and that's why I'm doing it on the layer underneath, so that way I can just merge it down and I don't have to worry too much. Sure there's no more holes. I do have to fix her chest. It looks uneven, like here. Alright, so let me just merge this down. What did I do? No, what did I do? Right. Merge down. Okay, let's see. Right now we're on one layer here. And I need to fix this. Alright. And I think I want to make her chest not as big. Let's see. And hold on, there's some holes there. Come on, Photoshop. Oh God. That's the thing, when you fill, it fills more than the area, so be careful with that. It goes like a few pixels beyond. So you do need to be careful. Is coloring easier in Photoshop or Procreate? I don't know. They're both pains. It's a pain either way. I think her sleeve cuts off earlier, so I think too that I'm probably not doing it the easiest way it can be done. So there's that. I don't know what my method is. The method to this madness is just trying to make it all work together. Alright, let me even some things out. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, you know, how things are gonna be once I put the final sketch on top. How much space we'll actually need to fill in all of these things. So I'm trying to eyeball it that way. This part, nobody said it's fast. I think you do yourself a disservice if you try to rush through this kind of thing. It's just gonna take how long it takes. And this is only our 5th session, and just doing 1 hour each. So, and plus the first hour was like just all conceptualizing. So we've only been working on this for what, 4 hours? That's not a lot of time. To do a full illustration of everything, like with the background and everything. It's not a lot of time, really. So we've gotten a lot done. So if you're worried about how long it's going to take to have a completed portfolio, I would say don't worry about that aspect. It's going to take how long it takes, however long it needs to take. I mean, if you're working full-time at some place and you spent 4 hours on something, that's not even like 1 day of your time, 1 work day of your time, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. And if you can, I think you, when you do FizDev, I don't know how many, I think you do, I don't know how many you're expected to do per week. I'm not sure, but I know it's not that many. It can't be that many. As a design artist, I know it took like Glenn Keane like months to design the beast. Like, he talked about it. So if it took him months to design one character, then there's got to be some flexibility. So I wouldn't be too hard on yourself when it comes to how long designs take. As long as, you know, you're getting the work done, you're not procrastinating, hopefully. All of us have to fight that sometimes, but if you can kind of get your handle on it, then I think you'll be okay. I'm just trying to make sure everything, it's hard when you go over, not hard, but it's just tricky, you know, when you're going over a sketch and it's not completely even because it's sketchy. So you have to even it out when you get to this flatting stage to make sure everything's flatter. And the line, when I add the line on top, it will help a little bit. It will take out some of that, you know. Not everyone will add a line on top. I like my line. I mean, I am a sketch artist, so I like line, but you know, I like to blend it in to the painting. How you do your line is really going to be your choice. Thick black line, you don't see it as much anymore. Sometimes you see it done well. Like I've seen like visual development pieces with like black line, and when the drawing is nice, nobody is gonna care. Like, it's really depending on how nice your drawings are. So if you're worried, and I think we all get worried too about like keeping up with the trends, and it is more of a trend to do like an invisible type of a line, but if you're really good at drawing, I don't think it matters too much. And you'll see a lot of classic artists, Mark Davis, I was looking at his stuff not too long ago, and a lot of his design work still has that black line in there, and a lot of Glen Keane stuff has black line in there. He loved drawing with charcoal, so I think if you have really nice designs, it's not gonna matter. And what's his name? I don't need to call him what's his name because I love him. But Jin Kim does a lot of black line also, and his drawings are phenomenal. So if you're worried too about the line art and how much of it you should or shouldn't show, I would concern myself more with the quality of the line than how much it's showing. And just make sure you're doing nice lines. I think the line is almost like icing on the cake. I love line. I love being able to see the line. And I'm embracing that more because for a while I was doubting whether or not that was a good thing. But I'm starting to embrace it more because I know that I always love drawing was the thing that I loved the most of like all of the art making process. It's just like I just have so much respect for drawing. And there's a lot of artists, I think in animation too, that have that same sort of love for drawing and appreciation of seeing other artists draw. And I think that can be, that's not a bad thing at all. That's a good thing. To embrace your love of line, if that's something that you do love. All right, so how are we doing on time? It's almost, oh, it's like getting there. Trying to be aware of the time without worrying about it. All right, so I like her colors. They're kind of fun. They feel very teenage. She feels very teenage to me. Which is what she's supposed to feel. Ugh, keep putting the wrong button. Alright, I want to also give her some hair clips. Just a little bit. Maybe they have like little stars on them too. That would be fun. I don't know why I just thought of that. I just think it would be fun. That's cute. Okay. Alright, so there's my girl. Let me see, where's my sketch? I need to put the white of her eyes in, and I'm gonna make them, I think I'll make them very light purple. And maybe I'll just do like some white highlights. And now I'm just like kind of going on instinct. I have my color palette, so I don't have to think about anything. That's the nice thing too about just having your color palette, because then you don't really have to overthink anything. You're just kind of working now. You're just getting it done. A little bit darker. All right. And for her lips, just to be like like she has not like lipstick, but like a lip gloss, just like some kind of a colored. Let's see. That could work. Let's see. Da, 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 da. And I'm going to also fill in this because I want to see how she looks. And her really thick eyelashes. Can't hardly see with the, it's coming there, it's getting there. Let's see. Alright, so I'm just going to even some of this out. I'm still going to use my pencil line to kind of refine these details more. It's so funny when you just do like just the flatting part of it, it kind of feels like Muppetish almost. Alright, let's see. Alright. Or Muppety? Is that a word? I'm pretty sure it's not, but oops, wrong color. And I feel like I want her eye to go up a little bit more. That might be too much, but I'll see. No, I don't think so. Just gonna fix that. Okay. And it always reminds me too of when I was doing those. It reminds me of Mary Blair because she didn't have like, most of her visual development didn't have any line at all, or next to none. So when I'm doing this flatting stage and I look at it like this, it just reminds me of like Mary Blair's stuff because she had such an awesome way of doing it with outline. Alright. Oh, it's so cute so far. I really love it. I think it's super cute. And I'm really happy with it thus far. And let's see. And we don't even have line yet. And it looks really fun already. So, alright. My genie, I think I'll do my genie on the same layer. And I did cheat his arm here, if you guys probably noticed. I made his arm longer on one side so we can actually, I wanted to not have a tangent, but I'm wondering if I might still just change his arm a bit. No, actually I'm going to do him in a different layer because I'm going to make him transparent. I forgot about that. So I do want him to be, I'm going to start with him being this color. And then I'll do his eyes and stuff. I want his eyes to be solid. So let's see. Let's see how that looks. I do this arm like that. And I might change his color. I had mine in mind at first to do him this sort of a teal color, but I didn't want him to look too much like Disney's genie from Aladdin. He doesn't physically look like him, but I don't want his color to be too similar either. Since this is like an original piece. So I wonder if I should change him. Let me think about that. I shall think about that. It's like this little curl. Let's see. Maybe I can look at different. It helps to just kind of think about things. Like, what could you look at? Like, maybe I could look up, like, Google, like, apparitions or even ghosts or and genies, of course. So just to kind of get some more ideas of what a genie might look like. I did definitely try to make his bottle look much different than the one from like Disney, so it doesn't look so similar. And I do think I will be adding another day of visual development workshop. I talked about it last week and just said that, you know, this is something that's on my mind. And so I think I will do that on Monday. I don't know what time would be best. I do zoo drawings and wildlife drawing Mondays. So I will probably do Monday afternoon, schedule for another hour of VizDev portfolio, so we have more time to work on these. We're still doing the first one, and I want to get going on other ones as well, so that we can actually have multiple portfolio pieces. And I'm wondering too if maybe some of it I will do off camera just for the sake of time. If you do have a preference, or like if I can leave out like the sketching part, just do that on my own time and then come back to more color with you guys. Let me know if that is something that you don't mind, or if color, seeing the process of line is really important to you and you don't want me to do that part off camera. If you have a preference for that, let me know. If not, then I think I will just go ahead and do that off camera and then come back to doing the rest of color on the live stream. It is pretty straightforward, but I don't know, everybody's at different stages, so I don't want to assume anything. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and put his little eyeballs in. And again, making sure that they're meeting up with hers, so they actually look like they're looking at each other. Alright, so let's see how our everything looks so far. He looks funny. I'm gonna fix his eye. Poor guy. His eyes look crazy. Just a little tad crazy. Oh, wrong color. And you see what I mean? Photoshop goes outside that little line. Edit, undo fill. Alright, let's see. So I will go ahead and schedule to do another hour of sheesh. Another hour. I keep messing it up. Another hour of visual development portfolio. So we'll also do it on Mondays. If you're not able to join me live, that's okay. You can always just watch the replay on YouTube or Facebook at Alicia Dianne Art. And if you guys have any questions about any part of this, please mention it in the comments. I see sometimes I don't see the comments, but most of the time I will see them. I keep messing up. Most of the time I will. So yeah, just go ahead and leave a comment if you have questions about anything, or if you have any sort of feedback that you'd like me to hear. Just let me know. Doing my best to hopefully represent this in a good light and get lots of work here done and grow as artists together. Alright, so here's what we have so far. I think we made a lot of progress. We're definitely getting somewhere. Let me even see how he looks with a little bit of transparency. Yee, fun. So then we're gonna have our genie that has his transparency. I don't know if I'll make the layer even like, ooh, I don't want it to be totally white. It'll look like a real ghost that time. Maybe he'll be, I don't know. Maybe we'll use some type of layer effect for him. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Let's see. I'll leave it on normal for now. And I will save again. Make sure that everything is saved. And I hope that you guys have a great weekend. A great Friday the 13th. It's so scary. But enjoy. And thank you so much for joining me for this Vista portfolio. And I will see you on Monday. All right. Be grateful, live balance, be yourself. Bye-bye.